Okay, good evening. Hope you all can see my screen and hear my voice. Uh, how about the situation? Guys, what's going on? Am I audible and visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think I have already sent you these lab sheets. Those are originally prepared for the Southeastern University, but you can use them as it is because the content is relevant. There are 10 lab sheets. Okay. I think I have laid the foundation. That means I have demonstrated how to compile the Prolog file and how to run it and how to execute the command, that means queries. Therefore, you can follow these guidelines, what we call the documentation, and practice more examples. Other than the family tree, so far we have done the family tree. Even the family tree, we are at the middle of the process. So today we will learn the recursion and some formattings like printf. We need to find the what we call the find where we have saved the Prolog. Yeah, here we could Prolog. I take a copy. Say family ex. It is family extended. So I can open up that. And I will delete some unnecessary let it be there. Okay. Today we are going to test the recursion. Recursion is one of the most powerful feature embedded into any programming language. So, of course, the backend on the foundation of the Prolog is somewhat based on the recursion. So today we will learn how to implement recursion and how to provide examples for the capability of having recursion in Prolog. So what is recursion means? Recursion means nothing but calling the function within the function itself. Calling the function within the function itself. No, usually it's not a formal definition. So forget about the other previous things. So I am now going to introduce new rules to our program. Okay. So this is the ancestor. Ancestor means ancestor means in Sinhala that is called the what we call the Mutunmitta. That means that can be our father, grandfather, grandfather, grandfather. So anyhow, who is above, who is superior in our family tree. That means, so for an example, this ancestor, the person, the X is going to be the ancestor according to this definition. If followed my style, so X is the ancestor of Y. So what is the condition need to the fundamental condition need to have X, the same X who is claiming as an ancestor. It's going to be a parent for Y. That means if X is a parent of Y, Y is the child, then we say X is an ancestor of Y. Ancestor means that can be uh, father or mother, or grandfather or grandmother, grandfather or grandmother. So anywhere above our hierarchy in the family tree. Okay, directly related, the blood related. That means an ancestor can be our one of our parents, parents, and parents' grandparents, like that. Okay. So when defining the recursion in using any programming language, so we need to specify the terminating condition. Terminating condition, that means if you don't specify the terminating condition, what will happen? The recursive statement will trap into kind of a never-ending loop. That means its recursion means kind of a looping. No, that means calling the function itself. That means that will, if you don't specify the terminating condition correctly, so the program will get stuck. So that's why we have two statements here. So this is the fundamental basic idea, the basic qualification to become an ancestor of a family. So here we have some embedded statement, composite statement specifying the terminating condition, and more conditional statements to qualify as an ancestor. Here a third person Z is involving. So Z can be a grandchild of X. So Z can be a grandchild or grandchild of X. Still X is the ancestor who is the superior in our family. Meanwhile, X is direct parent to Y. Meanwhile, X is a direct parent to Y. Okay. So Z is assumed to be the grandchild of this particular ancestor X. So what is the other condition? So you know this comma denotes, comma is corresponding for AND operation in Prolog programming, Prolog coding. So by one hand, X is an ancestor of Z, the third person. So while X is the parent of Y, and here's the recursion, the same function. You can see here this one and this one, the same function, but different parameters, input parameters. We are passing different parameters, but the function is the same. So this time Y, okay, this time Y becomes an ancestor. Y means the parent of X. Remember here, X, sorry, X is the parent of Y. That means Y is the child. By the other side, Y becomes the ancestor of Z. Y becomes the ancestor of Z. So is that okay? So I think I have a better graphical illustration rather than this it's difficult to find because everything is messed up. I lost my original file hierarchy due to some malicious program. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, here's the correct graphical illustration. So if I am mistaken, this is the time to high time to rectify the mistake. So here, according to this hierarchy, X is going to be either a grandparent or grandparent. So it's correct that X is going to be a grandparent or grandparent. Z is the grandchild or grandchild of the family. So again, here it defines X becomes a parent of Y. That is, Y is the intermediate level. Here again, ancestor Y. So this Y, that means the intermediate person who becomes a parent for another person. Okay. Y becomes an ancestor of Z. Okay. That means X is the topmost ancestor or the highest person, that means oldest person. Okay. Y is the intermediate person, that means the immediate parent, immediate child of X, or the Y's immediate parent is X, and Z can be either Y's child or Y's grandchild. So this is the hierarchy. X is in the top, Z is in the bottom, Y is at the middle level. Okay. So there can be so many generations in between Y and Z. Those are not illustrated here. Anyhow, this is how we can define or code this, what we call the program, or what we call the prologue clause. Okay. So this gonna be the first one, is the what we call the terminating condition. So this is the terminating condition. Terminating condition means instruct the provide guidelines for the compiler when to exit. In recursion, that is going inside and going inside. So it's kind of a repetitive thing or iterative thing. That means kind of a loop. It's not a loop actually, going deeper. Okay. Anyhow, so we need to specify when to stop. So that is the terminating condition. Here, when Y becomes the immediate parent, Y becomes the X becomes the direct child of Y. That means there will be no dots. Okay, there will be no dots. Okay, there will be no intermediate generations in between Y and, sorry, I have mistaken, in between, X and Y, it's already there. So ancestor. So that means there will be no intermediate generations in between X and Y. Okay. So if so, we have to terminate, otherwise we have to seek or go deeper levels. So Z means the deeper level. Okay. So we will execute that, then you will understand this. So I will upload this slide as well. When I upload the content, I will upload this as well. Remember, X is the grandparent and What was actually, even I forget. It's a bit complicated. Okay, X is the grandparent, Y is the intermediate parent, and Z is the grandchild. Z is the grandchild. Okay. So while keeping the, so I will delete this in-law, spouse, brother, sister, son, mother, like other rules, because that can cause some unnecessary contradictions. Okay. And these parent should be defined. Parent. Okay, so shall we execute this and try out whether the program can infer? So first of all, I think I have to compile this. This now family EX. Okay, true, no errors. Now I am going to call this function n sister. We'll check out what are the possible combinations of this dot. Rani and Kasun. Rani and Kasun are, that means Rani is an ancestor of Kasun. Rani is an ancestor of Kasun. Is that correct? Rani, Kasun, Rani Kasun. Where's Rani Kasun? Yeah, because Rani is a parent of Kasun. Therefore, it is true. Because an ancestor can be a parent, even parent or grandparent. If we continue with semicolon, Kasun and Shanuka. Kasun and Shanuka. Yes, due to this parent relationship, we can infer. Shihani and Shanuka. Shihani and Shanuka. Yes, Shihani is the mother of Shanuka. Okay. Kasun and Sanuki. Kasun and Sanuki. Yes, Kasun is the parent of Sanuki. Is that all? Something happened, I think. Okay. Shihani and Sanuki. Shihani and Sanuki. Yes, true. Okay. Then Gunapala and Vimal. Gunapala and Vimal. Okay. According to parent relationship. That is true. Gunavati and Vimal. Of course, it is true. Still, we didn't find a grandparent-grandchild combination. Pair. Rani and Susan. Rani and Susan. Of course, Rani is the mother of Susan. Rani and Shanuka. Rani and Shanuka. Rani and Shanuka. Rani got two children, Kasun and Susan. But Shanuka must be the grandson of Rani, or vice versa. Rani must be the grandmother of Shanuka. Okay, Rani's son is Kasun. Then Kasun's son is Shanuka. Therefore, Rani becomes the grandmother of Shanuka. So that relationship was found using this newly recently defined rule for ancestors. So we'll look forward. Rani and Sanuki, of course, grandmother and granddaughter. That's all this program can figure out according to the facts we have provided. if we complete and make this program a comprehensive one, then you will find more relationships, even the grandchildren and grandparents. Okay, so that is what we call the recursion. That means for an example, we will try to modify this program. Okay, I will introduce that means Gunapala, who is Gunapala's son Vimal. Okay, Gunapala's son Vimal, Vimal's son Shanukar. Is that? So we had something. Okay, we will define as Vimal's Gunapala Vimal. Okay, we'll define Vimal's son as, who is here, Kasun. Oh, yes, we'll say Kasun. Okay. You want to figure out whether the program can find parents or grandchildren. Okay. Ancestor XY. Rani Kasun Shanuka Shihani Kasun Shanuki Gunapala Vimal. Okay. Direct parent and child couple. My pair. Gunapala and Vimal. Okay. Gunapala and Vimal. Gunavati Vimal. Okay. Rani Susan Vimal Kasun. Okay. We got new. Rani Shanuka. Gunapala Kasun. Direct relationship. Gunapala Shanuka. Those are grandchildren. Gunapala Sanuki, grandchildren. Gunapala is the grandfather of Sanuki. Gunavati Kasun, grandmother of Kasun. Gunavati Sanuka, again Sanuki. Vimal Sanuka. Vimal Sanuki. Sanuki, is she the last generation? Sanuki. Yes, Kasun's daughter. That means grand. Vimal's grand daughter. Okay, this is Sanuki is the grand child of the Vimal. Okay, so 4 generations here. Fine. So I think we have done with these family tree enough examples. Okay, we have done in-laws, complicated relationships, and recursion. Now what? Okay, now we can complex queries. So we can ask some complex answers. That means the query can be complicated rather than making the rules and facts complicated. So you can ask queries, those are complicated. That means you can ask some specific question. That means you can specify more conditions. You can introduce more conditions. For example, we will execute this. Accidentally, I have closed that. Okay, now I am going to copy this, which is having 2 conditions. Okay, 2 conditions. I think the font has been, it was copied with the font itself. Okay, so I will type rather than type. Okay, parent X Shanukar, all simple. This means find corresponding X values where X becomes a parent of Shanuka. That means if we pull a punctuation mark, that means X will be Sanuka's mother and father. There will be two matching answers. But rather than just finishing this query, we introduce another query where the same X, okay, going to be parent of Sanuki as well. Okay, parent of Sanuki as well. That means this time we are going to figure out whether there are common parents of Sanuki. Those, that means Sanuka and Sanuki. Those check whether Sanuka and Sanuki are sharing the same parents. They can be half sisters or half brothers. Kasun Shihani. Okay, that means what is the meaning of the other literal meaning of this question? That means whether Sanuka and Sanuki are siblings. Or that means whether Sanuka and Sanuki are brother and sister. So that is another interpretation of this question. Okay. I am asking another question. Parent. This time I take Y. Sanuki. That means Y is going to be a parent to Sanuki. Another condition, parent, third person involves another parent X is involved, where X becomes the parent of Y. That means Y. Who is Y? Y means what? Not Y. Who is X? X means Y's parent. That means Y also becomes a parent to Sanuki. That means we are asking about Sanuki's grandparent. Sanuki's grandparent. That means, for an example, X is the parent of Y. X is the parent of Y. Y is the parent of Sanuki. Then X means the parent of Sanuki. That means grandparent of Sanuki. Kasun, Rani, Kasun, Vimal. Okay, Sanuki's grandmother and grandfather. So that means who are grandmother and grandfather? X is the grandparent, Rani and Vimal. Rani and Vimal. Okay, if I write the same with less confusing, okay, Y is gonna be X is gonna be the grandparent. Okay, grandparent. So I denote G. Y is gonna be the parent. Okay, Y is gonna be the parent. So G is going to be the grandparent. I'm asking the same question, just swap the what we call the variable names. So P Kasun G Rani, that means G means grandparent. Rani, P Kasun, Kasun is a parent and Vimal is a grandparent. That's all. Okay. And we can ask, so here we can format. Okay. So we can format these, what we call program. Like printf, we can add some formatting for the output. Okay. Since to save time, I copy this. Okay, as it is. So you can continue for the next line if you end the statement with a comma. Okay, then you can go to, you can have a line break. So this NL means somewhat the /n in other programming languages. That means new line character. Here we denote it as it is NL. So get grandchild, we have written a user-defined what we call a function. User-defined function. So that is defined how parent Vimal X, that means find the children of Vimal. According to this one, find the children of Vimal. That means X gonna be the child of Vimal because Vimal is going to be a parent now. Another condition, X, okay, X is the parent of Y. X is the parent of Y. Okay, I write Y. Write Y means display Y. Once I call this function, get grandchild, display this, the value Y, and in addition to that, append this user-defined text within the quotes, single quotes, is Vimal's grandchild. That means Y is gonna be the grandparent of, the grandchild of Vimal. A new line character, that means you can continue for the next line. Okay, you saved. I'm going to run this. So far I had compiled. Okay, successful compiled with warnings. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this function get grandchild dot. No parameters need to be passed. Get grandchild dot. That's all. Then that is how we call user-defined functions, so code fragments. Okay. Sanuka is Vimal's grandchild. Somewhat NLP, okay? Natural language processing. So of course you can implement and test natural language processing NLP with this kind of a environment. So using Prolog. True and blinking after cursor blinking after white space, that means we must be having more options remaining. Press semicolon. Sanuki is Vimal's grandchild. Okay, Sanuki is Vimal's grandchild. If you are developing kind of an expert system, so better to follow these kind of techniques to improve the user friendliness. Okay. Okay, this is how you print a formatted output. It's an approach or an attempt to implement experience NLP more user friendly, improve the user friendliness of the program. So rather than just displaying X and Y, because the ordinary user might get confused. What is this X equals something, Y equals something, X equals Y sometimes. What the hell is this? So they will get disappointed, frustrated. Therefore, to increase the user friendliness and the understandability of the end user, when you are developing the expert systems using Prolog in real life, so you can use this kind of tactics. Okay, to improve the okay, I'm going to add more attractive features, formattings. Okay, so I am going to modify the same. So I will keep this commented. Now, no issue, no conflict, because it's a different function. Get parent. Now what I have done here is, okay, get parent, I have defined another user defined function, customized, custom tailored function. Parent x Sanuka, that means x becomes the parent of Sanuka, that means specify, find out the Sanuka's parents, and Sanuki's parent, that means Sanuka and Sanuki are sharing the same parents, that means Sanuka and Sanuki are siblings or brother and sister. So I am going to put a format and output now. Format use a keyword, format this time right is a keyword recognized by the compiler. The format is a keyword, and these I use these curly dash W, that means write, okay, to denote write, and curly dash S. What is this curly dash S then? So curly dash S means string, okay. Here what to put in S, that is the variable whatever we fetch into the variable X. X means the parent of Sanuka and Sanuki. So X is append immediately after displaying the value X with this statement, okay, and this is the new line character, okay, something like this. Let's examine what will happen. Okay, compile, get parent. No need to open brackets, close brackets, specify any parameters, nothing. Just call the function by its name. Kasun is a parent. Okay, parent we can put is a parent of Sanuka and Sanuki both or something like that. Okay, we can, if you like, you can add more content. Shehani is a parent. Okay, that means what has happened here? Kasun and Shehani, X. Okay, that is the X. Kasun and Shehani matching for X variable X. Okay, then Isa, this is a user defined content immediately appear after X. Okay, X, what is X? Kasun and Shehani in 2 consecutive times. Is the user defined what we call the string that we can display after displaying X. And the parent, that is also coming from this. This is also kind of a user defined content because it is within the codes. In the way, still within the codes, you can provide special characters like curly dash W, curly dash string, curly dash N. Curly dash N means same thing, some similar to N, new line character. Curly dash S means string. Curly dash W means this keyword, right? Okay. Okay. We keep adding more content. Keep adding more content. Okay, I have defined a function to figure out the grandparent of Sanuki. I quickly execute that. Stuff I have to close this, is still running. Something went wrong. to get grandparent of Sanuki dot. Ran is a grandparent of Sanuki, true. Then Vimal is a grandparent of Sanuki. That's all. Okay. I think you can understand these special characters like percentage mark, C percentage mark, D percentage mark, S in other languages. So W means right, S means string, S means another string. There are two strings to be placed. So this is S, the first string. Okay, this is first string. This is second string of Sanuki is the second string. So what we put instead of W, that is the variable Y. Variable Y will be mapped to this, that means right, whatever the things. So S means somewhat a string, user defined string. This time is and another string appearing after another user defined keyword, not keyword, term grandparent. So that is, we have a second string, that is this one of Sanuki. So once we combine it nicely, so we get a sentence in a, we have created just a sentence in a plain English, natural English, the spoken English. So this is how we customize or develop or cope with implement NLP, Azure NLP using Prolog based artificial cognitive systems. So what we call the expert systems. Okay, so we can introduce more. Get grandparent, I think, yeah, we have used grandchild. I'll copy both of the statements, then we can execute them easily without compiling and recompiling. Okay. So anyway, okay, we have to compile. Okay, no problem. Get grandparent. That's all. Get grandparent. Rani is a grandparent. True. Vimal is a grandparent. Rani is a grandparent, and the relationship. Vimal is a grandparent again. Gunapal is a grandparent. Gunavati is a grandparent. Okay, we will call the other function as well. Get G parent G child. That means list down as all the grandparent grandchild pairs. Rani is a grandparent to Shanuka of Shanuka. Vimal is a grandparent to Sanuka. Rani is a grandparent to Sanuki. That's why we got two. That's why we got repeated the Rani and Vimal. Okay, in the previous attempt, because we didn't display who is the grandchild of the corresponding person. Okay, Vimal is the grandparent of Sanuki. Gunapala is the grandparent of Kasun. Gunavati is the grandparent of Kasun. Okay. Okay, that means this is how we can display the inference results, inference outcomes, or the conclusions we have drawn based on the provided facts and rules, and how we display or show up the inferred things to the end user. If he's not that much a technical guy, of course we can cater. Still, we can satisfy him, make him understand, and inform regarding the findings. Okay. I think you got an idea, very clear idea. We have to move away from this family tree. Today is the fifth, what we call the practical. We are still stuck with this family tree. I'm not happy actually. So all the expected results and all the other things, querying styles, screenshots of the output windows, everything is there. Go through these practical schedules. There are 10 practical schedules. You can go through each of them. Okay. Now we will try to move to the next lab sheet. Okay. This time we will create. I assume it's not the extended version of the family tree. I assume because it's boring now. It's too much. So we'll create something. Let's see what's the example. Okay, this time it's not that much complicated. Okay, this is nested facts. So of course you can in Prolog you can define nested facts. That means fact within fact. For an example, this is how to define. Sahan has a pet. The pet's name is Kitty. This is how to define that. This time, don't worry. So I put NF nested facts. Okay. Open up with text editor. I delete everything and paste this thing. So this time, this is very, very simple. Has Sahan. So you see the brackets, the outer brackets. This is the function has. Has is not a keyword. It's a user-defined function. Okay. User-defined fact. Okay. So the parameters are Sahan, comma, this whole thing. Assume there is something else. There's something, a single term. Okay. So instead of defining a single term, of course you can say Sahan has Kitty or something, but this is more meaningful. Sahan got a pet. The pet is a cat and having the name Kitty. Kind of a composite or somewhat a descriptive fact. Okay, very simple, very straightforward, not that much complicated. This is not recursion. This is the nested facts. Okay, so we will execute this and we will check what are the questions we can ask. So first of all, we will execute these. This time, what is the name of the program? NF. Okay, true. No warnings. Perfect. So we'll try we'll try out with the best possible ways X and Y. Okay, X and Y means explain the has relationship. Explain the has relationship. Sahan, X becomes Sahan. That means Sahan has. Y, this means that whole thing. Y means Sahan has what? Sahan has what? Sahan has a pet. The pet is a cat. And the cat's name is Kitty. Okay, what are the other questions we can ask? We look for the tutorial because I am in a tired mode. I have been working since 6 p.m. continuously. Just got 25 minutes break before starting this, even less than 25 minutes. Okay, has Sahan pet. Then we put P to denote the pet and the name of the pet. Here we are asking, okay, we already know that Sahan got a pet who is having Kitty, so forget about that. So we are going to question about, so we need to have insert another bracket because Sahan has a pet. We want to know which kind of a pet that Kasun is having and the name of the particular pet. Okay, P equals cat. That means Kasun's pet is a cat. And his name, the pet's name is Kitty. So you can make it more complicated. The color of the pet can be defined as the black. Okay. And the abilities of this cat, that or the functions carried out by this behavior of this cat. The cat eats something, the cat plays with something, ball, something like that. Cat eats cat food or something. So you can integrate more information. So I'm not going to do that because that will be too much for you. First understand this, then we can proceed. So, okay, I think I'm a bit tired now. We will stop for today. So you can try out this. This is having similar content or similar pattern. So we have to define the vertical points of a line and the horizontal points of a line. Then the program will figure out the missing or the unknown points once we specify the known points. So that is very straightforward. So we'll do that next day. I'm a bit tired now. Now I have been working about more than 10 hours per day. Okay. So hope you have enjoyed. It was a big headache, that family tree. Okay. Sorry for that. That was dragging because we are taking only 1 hour per day. Hope you enjoyed and hope you could see and hope you could hear and you could follow. Especially as most important thing, you could follow the exercises. Okay. If you haven't done, you know the pattern, you know the style, you know how to do it. You install this Prolog and refer. I have already emailed these lab sheets, all the 10 lab sheets, up to the level of developing a small expert system, and you can proceed. You can try out with your own way of defining the rules, and you can modify, you can substitute your own family names, and you can practice. Okay. So I'm going to wind up the session for today. Thank you very much for your cooperation. May I know whether everything went okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay. Thanks for the positive response. Help your colleagues whenever possible. Those who are lagging, that means who couldn't grab the things. Thanks for your cooperation again, and good night. The parallel and distributed computing people can attend my lecture by 6 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, bye.